Hey everybody, it's me again. Today, I really feel compelled to talk about cosmic shifting and actually shifting within ourselves, what that actually means. Well, have you ever had a time where you just wanted to just cry, you just wanted to just down tools, you just wanted to tear your hair out, you wanted to scream, you wanted to just give up, in the current situation that you're in. Now, that doesn't mean give up. I'm talking, where you feel that for no apparent reason, other than probably what's stressing you, round about your life and actually affecting your life, probably people, circumstances, work situation. It's hot today, I can tell you that, for nothing. And, making the shift within ourselves deeply, like really deeply, like right to a core, in order for the transformation to actually happen, we have to go inwards and catapult it on the outwards. I mean, for me, one of the key things to me actually losing weight was actually having pressure point therapy and doing deep work on myself. How many of you are watching this right now sitting there thinking, I could do to lose a few pounds? I've tried diet after diet. I've tried, taking drinks and potions and wearing certain underwear that guarantees, so many pounds shifting overnight, probably by sweating it off. How many of you are sitting there right now thinking, I could do to lose that weight? What is the trick? Lara, what was the secret to you losing 13 stone. I mean, think about that for a minute. That's like a person and a half. How on earth did I, carry that around for so long, for many, many years, and making myself feel under pressure, being taxed, in that way, getting things to work for, carrying that 1.5 people around. It's, now I look back and I go, oh my goodness, that was quite a thing to do, because I feel so much better running up and down the stairs. And really, it's all down to making the inner shifts, doing that deep work to catapult from the inside to the outside all the emotions and memories and experiences that have blocked round about my muscles that were residing in my body, residing, to me, like containing it. And as I contained that, I also contained the weight as well. So really this video is about the deep cosmic shifts that are happening right now that are really spurring inner transformation with us all and helping to catapult. If we learn to release and let go and go into that holding space and just drop down into our innermost energy, we can really shift and make the shifts to create the change, to create the transformation, because it is an overall thing. It absolutely is. So right now I want to really prompt within yourself, what could you do to really just cast aside so that you no longer need to retain, and be honest with yourself about what are you retaining in order to retain the weight, right? Because if you look at your weight with different eyes, you'll look at how you retain that weight in a completely different way. So if you look at your body right now, go and strip down, look at yourself in a full-length mirror and ask yourself, what's your mind and physique in your body, your whole system, but particularly your mind? And let me tell you, 80% of your brain cells are actually in your stomach. Right? And this totally connects with intuition, your gut instinct. If you're eating and overeating, even Winnie the Pooh said, gluttony is a sign that something's eating you. So I'm going to push you right now. What is eating you right now? That you feel that you're powerless, that you don't have any power in actually the knowledge and whether you can do something about it. Let me tell you, you can do something about everything. All right? Everything and anything. There's always a choice and there's always a solution, no matter what. It's just finding that solution or even doing the deep work needed, right? That intuitive, that spiritual daily principles in order to keep yourself, your inner self shifted onto the actual frequency and vibration that you need to be on, onto a new paradigm. Because let me tell you, everybody, there are cosmic influences right now that are really helping you do this. Do you want to waste that opportunity? Do you want to take the risk of not shifting things? Look at your body. Do you have weight to shift? Because if that's the case, you have a lot of deep inner stuff to shift. I worked for a slimming company for 6.5 years. And let me tell you that there was very few people that I saw in that actually were overweight because of, overeating or eating, too much. Majority of the time, it was because they were eating which equaled to how they felt. All right, I got a lot of overweight women and men who weren't eating enough, and when they were eating the wrong foods. So yeah, it's partly to do with foods. It's partly to do with the actual food that you're eating, but it's not the full picture. We say mind, spirit, and body for an absolute reason. All right, and we have the emotional body, which has a huge say on what you're actually eating. For example, if you're heavily in your emotions and really upset, would you reach for a chocolate bar? Would you reach for crisps? Would you reach for savoury snacks, for cheese? I know a lot of people that would gun for cheese whenever they actually felt a nibble coming on. What is your go-to food? What is connected to you emotionally that actually makes you gain weight? So if we deal with what's triggered the emotion, what's clamped down there, what your relationship is, because everything's about relationships, isn't it? Everything, even the relationship with yourself. And before we even look at, relationships with other people, what is your actual relationship with you? What is it? Do you love you? Are you kind to yourself? Do you treat yourself with respect? All right. I had to come to the absolute conclusion that I mustn't respect myself. I mustn't love myself as much as I actually realized. I loved other people more and helping them more than actually helping myself. Well, people, I need to tell you further down the way, I came totally unstuck at that. I came unstuck because it's like giving food off your plate to everybody else until you've got no food left on your plate and you're going to starve. All right, emotionally starve, physically starve, mentally starve. You are going to starve and then be in a position where you're devoid of the relationships that reflect how you feel about yourself. You're devoid of that special relationship where you've got somebody to come home to who love and hug and care for you. You're devoid of the friendships and the relationships round about you because ultimately you don't have that relationship with yourself. So tell me, what are you doing about the relationship with you? What foods are you eating and what past emotional stuff can you actually cast aside? All right, in order to make that space inwardly with you that you can create a new reality, a new physique, a new mental capacity, emotional capacity, and also that inspired, passionate love that you should have for yourself. Because I do now for me, and I tell you, I actually wrote a book about this 10 years ago called Spiritual Slimming, which you can get on Amazon, and it really goes into the losing the weight, to dump the baggage emotionally and mentally in order for you to lose it physically. So if you get a minute, go and look it up online and, message me if you've read it, that sort of thing. But in the meantime, I'm going to say bye-bye for now, and we're going to look into this more. Please comment if this is connected with you, and like and share and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, because it'd be great to have you on board. Love doing this. Look forward to doing my next video. Sorry that it's taken so long for me to do this one. Life has been hectic, and we'll talk about that in another video. But bye-bye for now. Love you lots.